Sell Cashier gives you the best quotes for your iPhone, so check them out next time when you're planning to sell your old phone. Starting off, can you introduce yourself and what's the story behind this mock?
Yeah, so I'm Ethan from Coconut Brick Studios on YouTube, and this is my Lego Star Wars Revenge of the Sith Battle of Mygeeto mock. So this, like I said, this is from the movie Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, during the Order 66 scene where all the Jedi are off throughout the galaxy on different planets, and this is called the planet of Mygeeto, and Ki-Adi-Mundi is leading his force of galactic marines across the bridges to assault the Separatist city on the other side. So on this side we have all of the clone troopers, and then on that side we have all of the droids, and they're basically trying to push across and break into the city.
I see there are many different Lego pieces in this mock. How did you manage to source all of them?
A lot of these are from Bricklink. It's a third-party Lego seller. You can find all different kinds of parts. Some of them I got from Lego.com. Their stuff, it's a little bit harder to find exactly what I need because it just depends on what they're currently producing, but Bricklink has a much wider variety. And then there are a few that I have from my childhood, but there aren't too many of those.
The bridge seems super durable because it's carrying all this weight and all these minifigures. Can you please walk us through the building process of that?
Absolutely. So I started by building the top, because I knew I needed something strong enough that not only could it hold the minifigures, but I didn't want people to walk up and have the bridge be all bendy and bowed like that. So I ran rods of brick through the middle of the mock and then along the sides, basically to give it a nice, rigid, strong foundation. And then from there, I just went ahead and built 2 pillars and spaced them out far enough that it could hold the bridge up, but it also wouldn't cause it to sag. And then I basically just repeated the same thing for the smaller bridge.
I see. Moving into the mock, how did you manage to build all those amazing buildings? So, like, how did you wire those lights in, and what's the building process behind that?
Yeah. So the buildings were a unique challenge because with the bridges, I was able to run all of the wires because these can light up. I just didn't light them up, but they all run to a central source because the bridge was only so big. The issue with the city is it's like, I think 5 feet wide. And so I didn't have enough wires to go throughout the city. So I actually have individual battery-powered puck lights in each of the buildings that I can turn on and off with a remote. And so that's how each of those were able to get lit up. And then as far as designing them went, I just looked at reference material from the actual city. There are a lot of big blue buildings. I noticed they had a lot of blue windows, so I tried to find some trans light blue cylinders and then basically just created dishes and alternated. So the blue is supposed to represent windows to look inside or outside.
I see. And lastly, you're an amazing Lego builder. Do you have any advice for the aspiring Lego builder community?
Yeah, I would say as far as like building wise, try and look at as much reference material as you can. You know, as good a builder as anybody is, they'll probably all tell you there's so much inspiration from other people's builds. We all think so differently. One thing that I think is cool is there are a lot of different people who see parts in a different way. And so when you look at other people's builds, you can see them use parts in a way that you didn't even think, and that can give you ideas and inspire you. And then another one I'd say is more of a mental piece of advice, but like, don't get down on yourself based on your level of building. We all started in the exact same place. I get a lot of people saying like, oh, I could never be as good a builder, or I could never get to this level. Well, I was at the beginner level myself, right? I just kept practicing, got what parts I could, and just, you know, made sure I was having fun, because it's not, I mean, it can be complicated, but it's not too hard to build at a higher level. You just need to practice and stick with it. And it's something that a lot of people are capable of doing, even if they don't think they can. It's just important to believe in yourself and, you know, accept that you may not be at the same level as someone else right now, but you are still good and you're still capable of getting to that level if you really want to.
I see. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we'll see you in the next Brickfair.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.